Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, this is like a really big first for my channel. I am going to attempt to make the viral dot cake, but we're going to make it gluten-free and we're going to have some dairy-free options along with it. So stick with me. But the biggest thing here is that I have never made this before. This is just a first run through. Most of the recipes I share with you, I have made many times, so I'm confident that they are good and I'm going to share them with you. But this one is sort of an experiment and I'm going to bring you along with me. So I think I can pull this off. I think I know what I'm doing, but we'll see in the end. So I am starting essentially with my vanilla cupcake recipe. And I have a video for that with the whole recipe, and I will put that in the description box below. So I don't want to waste your time in this video going over the whole measurements and all of that because it's in the other video already. This recipe is going to focus more just on the technique of making this viral dot cake. Okay, so we have our eggs and sugar beaten in here, and we're going to add our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients and mix it together for 1 minute. I like to just do a little combining first so I don't have to scrape it down as much. And you don't want to overbeat this. So medium speed for 1 minute will do the job. Now, this is my cupcake recipe. If I want to make a 2-layer cake, I double this recipe. So this is going to make a 1 layer for a cake. But because I'm making these viral dot cakes and I want them very thin, I hope this works. I'm going to spread the 1 layer of cake over 2 layers to make them thinner in height. So let's all pray that this works and turns out right, because you came along on this ride with me. So it just suddenly occurred to me to measure this so I make sure I evenly split the amount. I've never actually measured how much volume goes into 1 cake layer, but we have, I'd say 3 1/3 cup. That's a little hard to split in half. So 1.5 cup there is half of 3 cups. Then we just have to split this third. And you may be thinking, this really doesn't matter. It really doesn't, but they will bake evenly and it will look nicer if they're the same height. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. We'll see if it works. Okay, so normally I bake my cupcakes around 20 minutes. And if I was doing a 1 layer for a cake, it would be 40 minutes. So this is like the layer. It should be longer than a cupcake because it's a bigger circumference and it has to bake all the way through. But it's much shorter, less volume. So I'm going to start checking it at 20 minutes and go from there. And I'll keep track and let you know what my final time was. This is also a brand new oven, new to us, but also totally brand new when we moved here. And I haven't done a lot of baking in it yet. I've done cooking of chicken and things like that, but actual baking, I really haven't done much because I don't have access to all my baking stuff yet. So there's also the variable of every oven being a little different coming into play here. Again, pray that this turns out good. Okay, so I baked these for 30 minutes. A little longer than cupcakes, a little less than a full layer of cake. And I think they're good. Okay, now comes the sort of fun and sort of scary part. This is where it comes down to, is this going to work out or not? So this viral dot cake is in a jar. This is your normal little jelly jar, I guess. And I'm going to do 1 of this size because I think it's the most common size. But my family loves these wide mouth 1/2 pint jars. I found them one time in a store, brought them home, and it was like we were all just using them. They're like the perfect size for so many things. We love them. I use mason jars for all kinds of stuff. So food storage wise. So I'm going to try the little one first. And we're going to cut out 2 circles. Okay, so we're going to push this one down inside. I think the bottom of this jar is a little bit narrower than the top. That's kind of a problem. We're going to put a layer of frosting. We're going to put the other layer of the cake. Smash it in there. We're going to put another layer of frosting. This one needs to look a little nicer. Now we're going to dip the top into sprinkles. Full disclosure, my family really doesn't eat sprinkles, and I have 2 different types of sprinkles here. They were both given. I think this one I got as a free gift with a purchase I made from this company, No Way. And this one, somebody gave me this. So I've had them a while. They look fine. They both have maltodextrin in them. That is something I don't buy. It's something I normally don't consume. So this is sort of a special occasion I'm going to do to make this viral cake video. But this one is the Let's Do Organic brand, and this is the No Way brand. They are both gluten-free, and trying to see if this one's vegan. Yes, they're both gluten-free and they're both vegan, and they don't have artificial colors. That's a huge no for me. So they at least pass that, but they do have the maltodextrin. So these are more dots, the Let's Do Organic, and these are like little segments from No Way. Okay, so what we're going to do is pray that the whole cake doesn't fall out, and we're going to dip it in the dots. That's actually really pretty. I hope you can see that. I do think these would be fantastic at like a birthday party or something, especially for kids. Kind of similar to serving cupcakes, where you just hand them their exact portion all ready to go. There's no cutting cake and that sort of thing happening. So I'm going to make a bigger one. It's like cutting biscuits. This jar is deeper, so we'll see how this is going to turn out. You're supposed to dip it, but I'm so afraid the whole cake is going to come falling out and make a big disaster that I'm actually just going to sprinkle the dots over it. I think this one looks prettier because it's more domed out of the jar. This one's not with the bigger jar. So if you want it to look really nice, I do recommend these little jelly jars. Just make sure you cut out 2 of them before you assemble it. Don't forget that you need a top one, because I've almost done it a couple times. That's why I'm sharing. I'm actually liking them in the little jars better. So I did 1 big jar, but I'm going to do all the rest little, as long as I have enough jars. I think I'm going to run out of frosting. So this was 1 cupcake recipe and 1 frosting recipe from the videos that I'm going to link. So if you think you need more than this, you can definitely double those recipes. I think I can get 1 more small one. So I'm going to kind of fit random little edge pieces into the bottom for this one. And I really don't think I have enough frosting to finish this one, unfortunately. But you could use any kind of frosting for this recipe, and you could even make these into like little shortcakes, like strawberry shortcakes or any kind of shortcake. You could put, you know, a sweetened whipped cream instead of frosting. You get every last bit because I want to finish this cake. This is a really messy job, by the way, just so you know. If you do this, it's going to be a mess. You're going to have sprinkles everywhere. You're going to have crumbs of cake everywhere. So just be ready for that. So I did it and it worked, and I can't thank you enough for joining me and cheering me on. And now comes the best part, the taste test. I think they're really pretty in clear jars because you can see the cake, you can see the middle layer of the frosting, and then you have the really pretty little dots on top, which makes it the viral dot cake. And I'm not really a dot or sprinkle person. Actually, it's good that I used the little dot ones because it is called a dot cake, not a sprinkle cake. But It's not really my kind of thing, but I do think it looks really pretty. Makes for a very nice presentation. Let's dig in. So good. I've had this cake and this frosting a million times, but I have to admit the crunch of the dot adds a lot. So good.